Scream 6 is the 6th Scream film.
The latest.
In the line of films that really, really like themselves and really want you to know how much they like themselves.
Listen, we all like scary movies.
Yeah.
We all know scary movies have rules.
Yeah. But did you know that a sequel of a legacy sequel, or sorry, a sequel of a requel is the thing that makes that film a franchise, but also
not being the 6th movie in an overall story.
Yeah,
an overall
that's not a franchise. It's only a franchise when you get a sequel to the requel. Also, did you know that Letterboxd exists?
Okay, Scream 5.
It's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
Bit of a shit first act.
Yeah.
But gets better. I like the first act a lot.
Potentially the least memorable film ever to be made. That is absolutely hyperbole.
I would not go that far.
Definitely hyperbole.
I think the other film we're talking about was way worse.
But I do think Scream 5 for me went in one ear and went out the other. I don't remember the only thing I remember about Scream 5 is General Ortega was in it, because I think General Ortega is pretty cool.
I was like, okay, I thought
I like the first scene in Scream 5.
I like that. I like the opening.
Yeah.
I think it really slows down, and then I think the third act brings it back up, and I think the third act is really, really good.
Yeah.
Even though it is a rethread of the first one, that is kind of the point. Cause
Yeah.
So it was fun. It's a requel.
Did you get it, Aaron? It's meta.
I get it. Oh, I get it. But like Scream 6, I was like, okay. I was already iffy on a Scream 6.
Yeah.
Because it was coming a year after the first one.
Yeah.
And
it's
to me,
mad turnaround.
To me,
yeah,
I was like, okay. I like the idea of Scream coming back every couple of years.
Yeah.
And it talks about horror in that current, like Scream, Scream 4, when that came out like 11 years after Scream 3, and it talked about horror in that like late 2000s to early 2010s. It talked about that specific stuff, and I really like it. Scream's my second favourite.
Yeah.
It looks like dog shit, but it's good.
Yeah.
But like Scream, like 6, I was like, okay, so Scream talked about like, it talked about like fandom culture, talked about like Brian Johnson, like that kind of era of movies and social media toxicity and all that, and elevated horror a little bit. But like Scream 6, I was like, okay, what are they gonna do now?
Yeah,
what
answer
can they do that's
question
fresh?
is nothing.
The answer, and also, hey Sydney, hey Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
I know you like money, and like, but we like it too.
We're not gonna give you any.
We're not gonna give you money. And she was like, well, I like money, so I'm not gonna be in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is, because I've been in like the past 5.
Yeah.
She gave me a bit of money.
So fair enough.
Which, props to her. But like, I will say, that is like the elephant in the room with this movie.
Yeah.
It's the first Scream movie without Sydney.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Because it's not like a Halloween movie without Laurie, or Nightmare on Elm Street without Nancy. It's like, it's the first film without her. And it's also the 6th. So we've had Sydney for 5 movies. It's going to be weird when they're not there. But I think for them, although the scene where they mention her is really bad.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, where's Sydney? They're like, she's on vacation. Like, she's in Hawaii. Like, she's just, I don't know. Like, that scene's not great.
Yeah.
Because that definitely felt like a, shit, what do we do? Like, and Gail's overall involvement in this one as the only returning, like, of the main trio of, like, people here coming back felt completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I think they mostly do that stuff okay, because I think clearly the focus of this film is the main cast.
Yes.
The core 4, as you will.
I hate that name.
The core 4,
God.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's like, so overall, I would say I do think Scream 6 is an improvement over 5.
Yeah.
Because I do think it goes back to the more darker tone of Scream 4.
Yeah.
Which I like. And I also like as well that for the first time in a while, they've made Ghostface an actual threat.
Yes.
Because I went to a double bill that showed 5, and it was funny watching 5, and I was like, fuck me, Ghostface is clumsy in that. He gets knocked over and gets like thrown into fucking like cupboards like fucking every 5 minutes, and it's like, but I like
this one they give him a gun.
In this one he gets a fucking gun. Like that's sick. But it's like, and that's the thing is like, I think with this is like, I like that they made Ghostface a threat.
Yeah.
But I also like as well, like, I think I really like the set pieces that kind of go with that. I think what makes this one good is I think while the story's a bit naff,
Yeah.
I think the set pieces that they made are like some of the best in the entire series.
No, I think the
That's what and that's what carries it.
Yeah, I think the film really shines anytime Ghostface is on screen.
Like the subway sequence is fucking cool.
Yeah.
The ladder, like I think that ladder sequence is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it sounds silly when you think about it. I'm like, oh, like Ghostface with this ladder and he shakes it about. Like, it sounds silly, but again, it's this. But I think what's really great about that scene is how it creates dread.
Yes.
Where it's like, you know, you've got like Ghostface is slowly coming in, and it's like this thing of you trying to stay away from him, and it's like, but I think
just gone around to the other door, but like ignore that.
Shut up. But like it's but again, it's this thing of like, I think those set pieces of the opening sequence, I think, is one of the best of the series. It's great. It's a really cool way to completely subvert your expectations. I think the set pieces are overall, they're so high. Like, it's a film of really high highs, and I think that's why I enjoy it overall. And to be fair, I think for me, like in my ranking, I think it's 1, 4, 2 and 6. Okay. But I'm actually thinking of swapping 2 and 6.
Oh, fair play.
Because I haven't really stopped thinking about how cool those sequences are. Yeah. Because, and again, it's like, even though I think the film outside of those is a little bit weak. Like, I think like the core 4, like, they just lack, I think, that spark, that the personality. The trio. Yeah. Like, because
that
Gale
guy.
like Gale, Dewey, Sydney, fucking brilliant. I love all three of them, and I think they're all really fun characters. And it's like, and I think these ones, they're not bad characters. Yeah. Like, I think Mindy.
Well, Chad's
problem. I think the problem with all of them overall is they feel obviously like the next generation, if that makes sense. So it feels less organic and more like, hey, like, these are the new people. You're gonna like them, and it's like, but they feel less natural. It's sort of like, this is the new people. You're gonna like them, and it's like, to be fair, I don't hate them. I don't think they're bad characters. I just think what I noticed is when they talk about Ghostface and they're doing the Scream stuff, I think it's fun. Yeah. And I really like when Mindy talks about the horror like rules. I actually really like that, because I just think that actress is quite good at it, and I think she brings a certain personality to it, which a lot of people don't like.
I'm
but you know, you don't.
I'm not.
That's fine.
But that scene was fucking dreadful. I just want to punch him on the face.
But they mentioned Letterboxd. But I think Chad's really flat. Yeah. For me, like, I think he's not a bad character.
His name's Chad. That's a funny joke.
But it's one of them where it's like, I think they're not bad characters, but when they're not doing Ghostface things, it's slog.
Yeah, no, my problems with this film essentially boil down to anytime Ghostface isn't on screen, I want to fall asleep. Because I think that the scenes of them talking, it's just not interesting. And I think their individual stories with each other just aren't very interesting.
Like there's a romance that starts up between Chad and Gerard.
I think 5 did it a bit better in terms of that aspect, because I thought...
Because you also had the legacy characters as well in that, so you kind of had those...
Establishing the whole Billy Loomis thing with Sam. With Sam. I think that's her name. I thought that was quite interesting in 5, but here it just feels a bit...
Here it's like, I think for me, I think the problem is it feels so obviously like, okay, this is for Scream 7. Yeah. This is what all this is for. And it's like, and I don't hate it. Yeah. I just think it doesn't... I think with me was just that I feel like what we learned in 5 was what we learned in 6. It was the same lessons. Like, I didn't really get anything new. It was like, oh, she has this dark side that comes out because she's, and it's like, now, 7, I wouldn't be surprised if 7, that is basically the plot. It's just that it's here, which could be really cool, especially if you know it, because I feel it would be interesting to have a Scream movie where you know who Ghostface is from the beginning. Yeah. And I think that could be, because that opening sequence, one of the main things with that is, without like giving away too much, is it does kind of mislead you a bit. Yeah. Of like, oh, here's a Ghostface. Yeah. but it's not. But it's all a part of something else, and something that's kind of unrelated. And it's like, and I was really, and that's why I honestly loved that sequence. Like watching that for the first time, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
It totally like was okay. Like this is different.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I do kind of like the idea of a Scream movie where you know who Ghostface is.
Yeah. No,
and it's like, and like the twists could come from the other stuff.
Well, that's the thing is, I think a lot of Scream films for me derail once you know Ghostface is. Like this one, I thought the whole fucking climax was just a bit.
The climax is definitely.
It's how I imagine watching someone else wank off to a picture of themselves. Because that's essentially what it was. It was like all the fucking memorabilia and shit. It's like, it's meta, it's cool, but it all felt a bit too self-indulgent.
I think what it is that I think with Scream, it's weird because Scream has always been very camp.
Yeah.
That's always been its thing. It's a campy slasher movie that is very tongue-in-cheek and self-aware.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in a slasher movie. But then it's like, but I think what a lot of it is that I don't know whether it's because like I think the reason why like a lot of the Scream films worked so well, even though like Scream 3 is the weakest one, is because you have Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Someone who was like very, very in tune with slashers at that time.
Yeah.
When Scream came out, because I mean he fucking made Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Like he, was one of the main. And I think these directors I really like. I think they've done a really good job overall. I think I think Scream 5 and 6 are very fun movies that I really that I enjoy for the most part.
Yeah.
But I think because they're of a different time, because he's done Ready or Not, which is nothing like Scream.
Yeah.
Totally different game. It's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
And it's a great one.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved Ready or Not. But it's like, but it's one of them where it's like, but they're not. That's not Scream.
Yeah.
It's not a slasher
no,
or whatever. And it's like, and now that's fine. But I do think with this new line of films, I can't help but think it feels a little bit messy, particularly with the things that they choose to focus on. It is I get like doing the fandom culture and doing all that, but I also do think they risk not being about horror movies.
Yeah.
And it's like you're talking about Rian Johnson, which again is fine. But I mean, last time I remembered, Rian Johnson didn't direct a horror movie. And it's one of them. It's like, and I can see what they're doing. And I do think Scream 6 does some of that without giving away too much. Like that particular angle of it a lot better than 5.
Yeah.
Where like, because I think with 5 the satirical elements felt a bit like name this, name that. It's like. But I think it might have been better for them to maybe go a little bit deeper and go, okay, like maybe craft more of a story behind those. But it wasn't too detrimental to 5, and I don't think it's too detrimental to 6. I think 6 still gets by with it. I still think 6, although those parts are still messy, I think overall, I think the stuff around it is still great. Again, the Ghostface set pieces are fucking great. The Bodega scene is fucking sick. And it's like, again, these set pieces are so good that you kind of forgive a lot of the narrative issues with the film. And like, I mean, it's definitely higher tier Scream for me, just because I think, it's like, I think they do a good enough job of, I think it's definitely improvements.
Yeah.
I could totally see Scream 7 if, with this upward trajectory, if it does keep going that way, I can totally see it being fucking awesome. Yeah. Scream 7 being great. Because I do think the foundation is there to do something really good with Scream, like 6, but 7. Because Scream 3 was like the end of a trilogy. Yeah. And that sucked. But I could see Scream 7 being like this new era of Screams, like Scream 3, but in the opposite direction. With that one is actually a good ending. It starts a bit weak, but ends... and it starts weak but ends strong, whereas that original trilogy started strong and ended weak. Yeah. I could see it doing that, because I do think that upward trajectory is there. Like, I do think 6 is better than 5. Yeah. And if we look at it from that angle, if this is a new trilogy, which presumably it is, then hopefully it is going in that direction, because so far it's going up. 6 is better than 5, and I think most people agree with that. I don't think it's a masterpiece, I don't think it's like a gigantic improvement. It's not like a crazy fucking, but it's a good step. It's a it's a film that's pretty good to a film that's very good.
Yeah.
Kind of think the highs are really high, even if some of the lows are a bit shit. Like you know, like the one scene where like, is it Sam?
I think that's the main character's name.
Melissa Barrera.
Yeah.
When she's like, maybe I should just like give myself over to Ghostface and like kill myself, and everyone's like, no, don't do that. And it's like scenes like that are fucking terrible. Like don't that whole scene is awful, and it's just because it's resolved in one scene.
Yeah.
And it was like, what was the point? But it's like, oh, I guess I'll just. But it's like everything else is really good.
Yeah.
And I really like it overall. Like I think it's, you know, even though I have issues with it, I still think, but that subway sequence was sick.
Yeah.
And this sequence
there
was sick.
are a lot of cool Ghostface scenes.
Yeah, it's like, really, that's all I kind of need. It's a cool Ghostface sequence. Like it's because with Scream, I'm not expecting like some crazy movie. I'm not expecting a masterpiece. It's fucking Scream.
Yeah.
Those films have never been like the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
They're silly. They're silly, they're campy, they know what they are, and they're just fun.
Yeah.
So it's why I'm not like too angry at it if it is a bad one. Because even Scream 3, easily the weakest one. But I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I can still put it on and go, yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's campy, it's stupid. Some of it could be bullshit. But it's like, but I enjoyed it for what it was worth. It was like, okay, like I could watch that again.
Yeah.
And what, you know, and if it's on the back, I can enjoy it because those films are just fun, easy watches.
Yeah.
And it's like Scream 6 is more of that. But I do think it is definitely in the right direction. I just hope with Scream 7 that it is actually, that it just keeps going like that and we don't just get another Scream 3 where it just fucking flatlines.